Hello, I'm Greg Biltman from Bethel Lutheran Church in Gary, Indiana. This is our Easter reflection for Tuesday, May 26, 2020. Today I want to focus on an African American spiritual called Deep River. The song is attributed to Henry Thacker Burleigh, who was born in 1866. His father had been a slave. He was raised and trained to be a classical musician. And when Anton Dvorak was in the United States composing his New World Symphony, Burleigh was his musical assistant and copyist. When Dvorak and Burleigh were working together, one of Dvorak's favorite things was to have Burleigh share with him the spirituals that his father had taught him. And one of the most notable was Deep River. The song was later performed and made famous by many artists, including the Fisk Jubilee Singers that we spoke about last week. The imagery can be associated to the imagery in Joshua chapter 3, verse 15. Actually beginning with verse 14. When the people set out from their tents to cross over the Jordan, the priests bearing the Ark of the Covenant were in front of the people. Now the Jordan overflows all its banks throughout the time of harvest. So when those who bore the ark had come to the Jordan, and the feet of the priests bearing the ark were dipped in the edge of the waters flowing from above stood still, rising up in a single heap far off at Adam, the city that is beside Zarethan, while those flowing toward the sea of the Arabah, the Dead Sea, were wholly cut off. Then the people crossed over opposite Jericho. While all Israel were crossing over on dry ground, the priests who bore the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord stood on dry ground in the middle of the Jordan until the entire nation finished crossing over the Jordan. So here the Jordan River is seen as a geographic barrier over which, when once crossed, deliverance can be achieved. For the African American slave, that river was the Ohio River. And so this song was often sung in reference to that journey that many African American slaves aspired to and many successfully completed. The nature of African American spirituals is that they were sung on different plantations in different geographies and often shared between those geographies by slaves who were sold or otherwise moved between plantations. And so it is common for there to be many different versions of these songs. My version is different than others I've heard, and it is a combination of some of those versions and some other pieces that I've added myself. I hope you enjoy it. Deep, deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep, deep river, Lord, I want to go over in the campground. Don't you want to go to that famous gospel feast? To that paradise where all is peace? Oh, don't you want to go to that paradise, that gospel place where all is peace? Deep, deep river, my home is over Jordan. Deep, deep river, Lord, I want to go over in the campground. When I get to heaven, I'll I'll take my seat. I'll cast my crown at Jesus' feet. Oh, when I get to heaven, I'll take my seat and cast my crown at Jesus' feet.